What's going on, everyone? We are back again today with another set 5 list, but this time we're going with an old classic in Ray. But I wanted to build around DUME, which is just an absolutely sweet unit. And I was building Kanan, double blue Kanan, and I just felt like there was some power missing. So I brought out some Ray because we have a lot of ways to pump up a ton of our units, including DUME themselves, and just overall go to town with a bunch of restore. So that's the game plan today. Before we dive into the full list here and actually play out some games, a big thank you to my patrons over on Patreon, and also I have a TCG player link in the description down below for any set 5 cards you want to pick up. So first off, double blue, we're playing for DUME. I mentioned this. DUME, anytime the regroup phase starts, give an experience token to each other friendly non-vehicle unit. So realistically, we're a little bit lighter on vehicles. We still have a few of them because they're just really good in Ray and, kind of help the deck function. But for the most part, we are all in on just kind of curving out with a bunch of units, giving them experience tokens, and going to town that way. Ray's a great leader for this because a lot of the time she's able to keep her units alive for longer, which allows DUME to generate more value. I'm sure in the future when we get more set 5 spoilers, there's going to be more creatures, more specters, and well, maybe DUME's going to get better then, and we can maybe go back to, well, Kanan. But outside of DUME, a couple other cards that we're adding to the list from set 5 is Ezra Bridger. Anytime we attack, we can give an experience token to a creature or specter unit. So realistically, what this allows you to do is curve so that like Hera into Ezra, or give the experience token to DUME. This one isn't amazing in our list, but it's a nice kind of addition because it's also a Jedi, which I find very valuable. And we also have, well, Yaddle. Yaddle is an amazing addition. This one gives restore 1, and then it's a 2/4, so it works with Ray's ability. And anytime you attack other friendly Jedi units, gets that restore 1 as well. So really nice to function with Ezra, or, well, realistically just getting restore 1 and being a 2/4. Absolutely obnoxious, right? On top of that, we've got constructed lightsaber. This is really interesting. I'm kind of experimenting with it just a little bit. Basically, you can only attach to force units. So Ezra is one of them. Yaddle is another. Rey herself is another. We have Kiadi, Obi-Wan, and Luke on the top end of the curve, as well as DUME, which is kind of funny. You could put constructed lightsaber on DUME. But if it's a heroism, you get restore 2. If it's a villainy, you get raid 2. Really, we're going to get restore 2, and you get +2/+3. And if it's DUME, you get Sentinel, which is kind of interesting. But with Rey, you get restore 3 already. You put constructed lightsaber on her, she's restore 5. That's kind of ridiculous. So the whole deck is really just about outlasting and restoring so that we can get the higher value later on. Of course, we get to play Vigilance, we get to play Fellow Dragons, and all that good stuff. So we're going to dive into some games here and hope we can get there with some Ray Blue. All right, into our first game, and not a bad hand here. I'm going to keep the Village Protectors and then just play the R2 on turn 1 up against Count Dooku Blue. Not exactly sure what to expect here. I have no idea what my opponent's playing. They got a Porg. Okay, so they are going to be probably going for a big play this turn, a 4-drop play. There's Darth Tyrannus, as I mentioned, probably a big play on turn 1. And, well, we drew a bunch more kind of random units. We've got, well, R2 coming in. They're going to go ahead and grab the Force. Let's go ahead and play a Village Protectors and see what my opponent's got going on. If they've got 3 resources, they could spend it on a lot of different things. They've got a General Grievous here. Okay, we're going to just put some damage into General Grievous, get a little bit of damage going, and then we can also get an experience token on R2, which might change the name of the game here. Another Jedi Lightsaber, going to resource that one. Probably not going to be all that fantastic. Ezra also doesn't look that great here, but we'll see what my opponent has. They're going to attack into the Village Protectors. Sure. Let's go ahead and give an experience token over to R2 here. And then we'll see what my opponent decides to do with whatever they've got going on. Village Protectors can go ahead and absorb the hit from Grievous, and now R2 can then trade with Darth Tyrannus. So they just kind of did that whole turn 1 play for basically nothing at the end of the day, which ends up being pretty good for us. That's why we knocked out that shield token on Darth Tyrannus. And now what we could do is we can just go ahead and knock out Darth Tyrannus. They've got Karis, which could potentially be pretty good, but We got Village Protectors here. They're going to sacrifice Karis to play a Vulture Droid, huh? Okay. Fair enough. I mean, you got me. Nice. Let's go to claim initiative. And there's your all clear, kid. Okay. I like that. I think what I'm going to do is your all clear, kid, the Vulture Droid, just to get an experience token. It's going to be pumped up to a 4/6, and then we can drop a Jedi lightsaber on this. All right. They've got an overwhelming barrage. That's fine. They can go ahead and hit us. They're on one card. We're going to deploy Rey. We're going to start restoring 1,000,000 HP a turn. So it doesn't really matter what's going on here. Opponent is deciding on what to do here. They're trading. Okay, let's go ahead and deploy Rey then. And they've got an invisible hand, huh? Okay, let's go ahead and attack in. Give an experience token to Rey. Get some restoring going. And I mean, this is basically the ideal curve for our opponent. They've had an absolutely crazy turnaround in what's happened here. Invisible hand, another overwhelming barrage. What an insane situation to be in. But that's okay. We're going to Rivals Fall the Invisible Hand, and we're going to be pretty good overall. Opponents had pretty nice situation. Again, I wasn't necessarily expecting what they're doing here, but they're going to town. They are going to town here. They're going to get the experience token, or not experience token, rather. They're going to get the Force token. Let's go Obi-Wan Kenobi. Get some Sentinel action up in here. And then we'll play the R2 afterwards. Nice double OB. They're running out of cards that are really, really good. We're going to hit Count Dooku. No restoring right now, which is a little bit unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and drop in this. Do I want Concord Dawn? Probably not. I think that's just a little bit weak. Okay, they're going to go ahead and attack into Obi-Wan. They're going to play a Night Sister Warrior, huh? Well, we're going to draw a couple cards. Ki-Adi-Mundi actually getting some real value here. Sacrifice the Night Sister Warrior for General Grievous. Sure. Let's go ahead and resource. Probably this R2, actually. Well, yeah, probably the R2. Let's go with Vigilance. We will defeat and then heal 5. Devastating Gunship comes in. Sure, we'll play an Ezra so we can draw some cards here after Obi-Wan dies. Kill General Grievous, get some experience token, draw a card. Give an experience token over to R2. Attack Karis. Luke Skywalker, that's an amazing draw. Let's go ahead and keep that one. Yaddle looks pretty good as well. We'll see what my opponent has here to follow up. Covering the Wind can be pretty nice. We can get some shield tokens going. I think what I want to do is actually just trade off. Because I want Luke to be able to knock out... Huh? Oh, they shrunk down Ezra? Do they have another overwhelming barrage? That'd be kind of incredible. Okay, let's go ahead and drop in the restored arc here. And then we can Luke away the devastating gunship. And I mean, we are in that restoring area. Let's go ahead and claim initiative here. That's a DUME. Ooh, I like DUME here in this spot. Let's go ahead and drop in a Yaddle. Count Dooku is pretty good for them. They've gone through a lot of their deck here. Let's get an attack in with Luke just to get the restoring going. Let's play a Doom. Oh no, they happen to have the Darth Sidious, huh? Okay. You got it. Let's go ahead and give an experience token over to Yaddle. Let's go ahead and give a shield token to Yaddle. And let's go ahead and attack in, give an experience token over to Doom. And check this out. Boom. All of my units are now massively pumped up from Doom. It's getting a little bit insane around here. They've got another overwhelming barrage. They drew the third one here. Pretty sweet. That's going to be a big ol' attack here. Let's go ahead and attack in for 3. And I mean, technically we have lethal here on board. So unless they have something else to play, it's going to be GG for my opponent. Okay, they're going to attack in. We're going to attack in. They're going to attack in. We're going to claim initiative. And we'll see if they've got something else. Power of the Dark Side, going to defeat that X-Wing. And that's going to be GG. So really, really close there. Even though we fought through triple overwhelming barrage, which was crazy, by the way, triple overwhelming barrage, and the Darth Tyrannus turn 1, my opponent's deck was absolutely sweet, though. Absolutely love what's going on. Honestly, these are the types of situations where it's like, I don't know really what to play around because I don't know what people are doing. Looks like they got Vulture Droid minor synergy with Invisible Hand, but then they've got like a minor Force synergy with Darth Tyrannus and Karis, and then they've got like, you know, Darth Sidious popping up and some value pieces. Like very, very interesting and I think very, very solid list. Especially since like Darth Sidious is a separatist, Count Dooku's a separatist, you've got Darth Tyrannus who's a separatist, so it all makes sense, right? But, well, we battled through it, and the restoring really, really helped. Really, really helped throughout. All right, into our next game, we've got ourselves a pretty reasonable hand. I think I'm going to resource Covering the Wing and probably this Jedi Lightsaber. I like Vigilance. I like Doom in this matchup. Obi-Wan, yellow. Probably going to be rushed down by a bunch of units, but I think we can compete. I think Doom's going to give us that option to compete up against massively growing units. I love Queel on turn 1 in this deck. It's basically just attack, draw a card. So that's going to be pretty fantastic. We'll see what we end up drawing. That's why I'm kind of, well, going to resource my early plays because it's very likely that I'll be able to draw something that I think is going to be pretty good. Do I want to resource a second Doom? I think I want to keep both of them. I think the card is just so strong if we're able to develop a board. So we're going to just go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and attack in with Queel. Discard a card. Got an Ezra. Got a Concord Dawn. I think I'm going to drop in the Ezra because this one doesn't get experience tokens. And right now we are pretty far ahead. So my opponent, you know, going to have something pretty good to come back in this game realistically. We are starting to really pull ahead. And it may not seem like a lot, but remember, we have 7 extra HP on our base. We have a more late game oriented plan. We have more power on the board. We have a whole another unit. We're drawing more cards. And we're about to play something that's going to scale out of the wazoo with Doom. So they have to have something really good here in order to even have a chance in this game. They could have, you know, various different things here, but nothing really that I'm too scared of. You know, the worst thing for me would be like Waylay, and that's not even that bad. Like realistically, they've got Directed by the Force, Hu Yang. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and drop in a Doom then. And what we could do is actually knock out Hu Yang with these 2 attacks, which I think is what I'll do. Okay, they're gonna give an experience over to Blue Leader. That's fine. Let's go ahead and attack Hu Yang. Discard a card, see what we grab. Vigilance, sure. And then we'll attack Hu Yang, get an experience token. And we'll pass. Got the Forces with me. Love that card. We've got a double Force unit. R2D2, that's actually not bad at all. You're all clear, kid. I don't know if it's actually going to be that great in this game, so I'm going to go ahead and pass on that one. But I mean, look at all of our units now. It's starting to scale. We can go Forces with me plus R2. We can go R2 experience on R2 plus Village Protectors. We can go Village Protectors, our experience on Village Protectors and R2. Like, we have a lot of different options. We have a lot of HP to play with. We have a Vigilance in hand. We have a massive board that is going to start really going insane. I'm pretty excited about this, guys. I am pretty excited about this. Ahsoka Tano coming in. I think I'll just discard the Vigilance. I don't really care about Vigilance here. Let's just go with a bunch of units. Let's go with a Village Protectors here. That's going to give a big old Sentinel booty, which I do like. Let's go ahead and give an experience token over to Village Protectors. I mean, look at this absolute massive board that we've accumulated here. And I mean, they're going to just kill their own Obi-Wan here because we are going to knock out Obi-Wan here. And then we're going to be able to attack into base, draw a card, attack into base, give an experience to Doom, and then look at this. Watch the board. Boom. How insane is that? That is incredible. That is incredible. We're gonna have Ray to deploy this turn. I mean, look at this. It is so cool. Oh my gosh, Doom. It's so cool. I love this card. I think it's so fun. Just get a bunch of units on the board. I mean, look at it. It's scaling out of control. Like, I could have dealt with Ahsoka, but honestly, I just kind of want to get rid of Obi-Wan, not worry about it. And now we are starting to get to the incredibly crazy part, which is, yeah, we are scaling out of control. I like Jedi Lightsaber. I can draw it with Queel here and then put it on Array, which I think I will do. Is that Luke Skywalker? Nice. Let's go ahead and just play Concord Dawn, prevent some damage in, and then we can even go ahead and finish it off potentially a little bit later on. That's a Waylay on Ezra. Okay, yep, they've got Waylay. Sure, not a big deal at all. We can go ahead and draw a card here, grab the Jedi Lightsaber. Do I even care about it? Probably not, realistically. We can go ahead and put an experience token on R2. And I mean, they're stalling here, but it's not going to work. Right, because we have Restore 3 on Ray. We have, and I shouldn't have put an experience token on my unit. That was a mistake. I was expecting to play Ezra, but it doesn't matter. I mean, look at this. It doesn't even matter. The game, it's over. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? I mean, they had one option. I mean, they did like nothing. They missed turn 1 play, so it's not like that crazy that we won that game. But like, I mean, guys, Doom just went nuts here. I mean, look at all this experience. This thing was responsible for so much power on the board. So much power. Like getting 2 experience every single upkeep. And the biggest thing is like, it's a 2/7. It's really tough to kill. And you can start scaling out of control with Ray. Village Protectors can protect it. Obi-Wan, all that good stuff. It is fantastic. What a cool card. On to the next matchup. We got a pretty interesting one up against Qui-Gon Jinn. Mystic Monastery as their base of choice. I think this one could be potentially really, really strong depending on how you build the Qui-Gon. So I'm curious to see what they decided to do with it and if it will outpace those common bases. Starting off with the Youngling Padawan, always a solid choice. We're going to go get some Restore done. There's a Queel for us. I think they're going to play very minimal space units because they're not going to be generating Force tokens, but I could be wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and resource the You're All Clear Kid. And we're going to see what my opponent's got. And of course, I am wrong. That's okay, though. Let's go ahead and drop in the Queel and then get an experience token over on Queel. And we'll see what they're going to be doing here. I'm guessing they're just going to attack Queel. Nope. Okay, we're just going to go experience on Queel then. And I'll see if my opponent's going to be playing. Oh, there they are. They're going to bounce the J-type Nubian Starship. And then what are they going to play? Lethal Insurgent. Okay, we're going to claim initiative because we'll just go ahead and knock out the Youngling Padawan here. And draw a card. Okay, they're going to gain the Force. Sure. Makes a reasonable amount of sense. Let's go ahead and resource probably the Jedi Lightsaber. And let's just knock out the... Ooh, do I want to get rid of the Force unit? I think I do. Let's go ahead and just draw a card here and see what we got. We're going to be on the, I'm going to have more value than you game plan. So if we can knock out a bunch of things, that would be kind of in the ideal scenario. Let's go ahead and get rid of the forces with me here. Let's go with Vigilance. And I think we want to go Defeat and then shield my Queel here. And then let's just go to get an attack in with the Restored Arc. They can bounce the Ahsoka to play a 3-drop if they want. That's the Nubian Starship. No problem. Let's go ahead and attack into the Nubian Starship. And then let's go ahead and claim initiative. They can draw a bunch of cards. Like, that's okay. But we are in the value-oriented game plan. I am totally fine grinding it out into the mid to late game. I think for the most part, we will see what they got. They're going to get the Force. We're going to go ahead and claim initiative. And that's going to be a Doom. I do like seeing that. I really, really like seeing that. Let's go to Resources, Concord Dawn. And I want to take my first action, just take out this J-type Nubian Starship. Just prevent them from really doing anything too crazy. Again, we are in the late game grind mentality. I could see a Cantina Bouncer coming down on my Queel. And so if that happens, probably just play a Doom and give it an experience token. We can discard the Queel here. And then let's go ahead and drop in the Doom. Again, with the Ahsoka being bounced, they could play a 3-drop. So we'll see what they've got. Cantina Bouncer is a really good card up against us. So they've got, Veteran Fleet Officer. I think that's a really sweet addition. I think they have one more action with Mystic Monastery, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see what they end up doing here. Yep, they do. Let's go ahead and claim initiative. And, Jedi Lightsaber, huh? I do think Jedi Lightsaber is not too bad here. I'm actually going to take my first action and then knock out the Veteran Fleet Officer. Again, I'm fine with playing this extremely grindy game because my opponent's trying to get a lot of value with all their units. So I don't care if I'm just spending most of my turns knocking out units, especially with a Doom on the board, right? Especially with a Doom on the board. Let's go ahead and deploy Rey. We'll see what they can cycle this Plo Koon into. They knocked out Queel. Totally makes sense. But we'll see what they've got. They're going to bounce it. What do they play? What do they play? Ahsoka Tano. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of that Rival's Fall. Let's go with a Jedi Lightsaber on Rey. Again, this is critical because now we can knock out Qui-Gon, so they can't really safely deploy Qui-Gon anymore. We're going to get the Yaddle down, which means that we are going to start building a massive, massive board. Let's go get Yaddle down, and then, I mean, what can they do, realistically? They're going to pass. That's fine. That's totally fine. We're just going to knock out Ahsoka, right? There is no reason not to attack here. They can deploy Qui-Gon, but what are they going to do, right? If they deploy Qui-Gon, we take initiative, and then we can knock out Qui-Gon with Rey on the next turn. So, totally fine here. Let's see what they decide to do with this Qui-Gon attack. They try to attack Doom, huh? That's totally fine. Totally fine. Let's go ahead and resource the nothing, I guess. Not exactly super excited about that, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and give Qui-Gon the old slap here. Let's see if they decide to bounce Doom or what they're going to decide to do here. If they have like a Han Solo, that could be pretty nasty for us. I think we'll just knock out Youngling Padawan. Just keep killing everything that my opponent decides to play. Again, we are really outvaluing them overall. Let's go ahead and go Hera here. And then let's knock out the Plo Koon. And then let's pass. Hopefully we draw something pretty good. The multiple Yaddles and like the multiple duplicates of a lot of units, like the triple Queel that we have. Not exactly what I want to see, but that's okay. That's okay. Again, I could start hitting the base, but I think just preventing Qui-Gon from doing their nonsense is where we want to be anyways. So that's totally fine with me. Contracted Hunter, okay. Coming in. What, smack Hera or something? That's totally fine if they want to do that. They traded with Yaddle. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Actually, I'm just going to play a Yaddle. I'm going to preserve this Luke. I'm assuming my opponent's not going to have a whole lot of things to play. They've got Poe Dameron. Are they going to attach it to an X-Wing? No. Okay, in that case, then I'm just going to attack into Poe Dameron, give it -2, and get an experience token over on Hera. Again, we have so much restore that they can start attacking, but that's okay. It's totally fine. Keep all of our cards in hand. Again, I could have played Luke Skywalker this last turn, but I didn't expect them to play anything big, and I was, again, playing this long game. Playing the long game. Let's go with a Hera attack into the Veteran Fleet Officer. Just keep knocking out their units. Just keep knocking out their units. They discard the Guerrilla Soldier. Let's see what they grab. Let's attack the R2. Give an experience over to Yaddle. Again, we have 0 damage on our base, so I'm really not that worried about whatever's going to happen here. We could play a Luke, knock out an X-Wing. They might have something, but I think now is the time to play the Luke. Velvet Dragon, there's not going to be all that many targets for it. I may as well resource it. They got the J-type Nubian Starship. That's fine. We can go ahead and attack in with Luke. Just get in for 6 here. And I mean, I don't know if there's anything my opponent can really do. Poe Dameron, suit up. That's totally fine. Let's go ahead and attack in. Again, as I said, we just have a million restore. Like, we're going to outrace them at this point. Leia, okay. Attack in with the Hera. They claim initiative. Let's go Hondo, covering the wing. Give a shield token to Ray. Pass. I mean, what are they going to do, right? What are they going to do? That's GG. It was a very slow pace, kind of grinding out game, but I felt like we had no possible losses. I could have ended the game quicker, but what I was worried about is if I was starting to ignore all these units and my opponent was continuously cycling the Podamre or the Plo Koons and all that stuff over and over and over again, they might have been able to get some value. I don't know if they're playing like a hidden Cantina Bouncer for 7 resources in their deck, or if they're playing Waylays and such. Like, if they're starting to play that and they're starting to bounce all of our units and everything like that, that can get a little bit complicated. But this is like the safest game playing. Just kill your unit, kill your unit, kill your unit, kill your unit, and we eventually win. And again, it's the value, right? Yaddle restoring, Doom giving some experience and hyping those guys up. That is the goal with the deck, and yet again, we finished it. All right, into the next matchup, we've got Revan Red. Let's go to mulligan this one. Not a fantastic hand. We got Arc 2 and Jedi Lightsaber. Don't really care about those. We're going to go, well, do I want Yaddle? Potentially. Let's go ahead and put an experience token on R2. You're all clear, kid. Probably not that great. Incinerator Trooper. What can they do with it? They'll have to get an attack in immediately, but we have Village Protectors, which is going to be pretty nice here. Potentially. Oh, they're just going to attack. Well, then we're just going to knock out Incinerator Trooper. No reason to mess around with that. Just knock it out. HK-47, sure. Let's go with, do I want to go Village Protectors or Yaddle? I think I want to go Yaddle here, actually. And then I think we just drop an experience on Yaddle. Pass. Constructed Lightsaber, Ezra. I think Ezra's actually less exciting here than Village Protectors and, of course, Doom. We're going to drop in the Doom, and hopefully that's going to bring Doom upon our opponent. That is the goal anyways. Let's see what my opponent's got here. This is a really bad matchup for Darth Revan, to be honest. The biggest thing with this is because of Rey pumping up all the units, it's really tough for Revan actually to finish off units. And that's going to be a big problem as we go through the game for them. What are they going to do here? They're going to attack into the base. Sure. Let's attack in with R2. We got a Hera. Do I want a Hera? Honestly, I think I'll keep that just in case. We got, a couple of nice options here. They've got Darth Tyrannus to drop in. That seems reasonable to me. Let's go ahead and attack in. And then let's just drop in the Doom. Doom comes in, pass, pump up a bunch of our units. We got another Village Protectors, which I think I will actually resource. Units getting very large now. But we'll see how long that lasts. Depending on what my opponent does, I mean, dropping the Village Protectors is going to be a pretty powerful play this turn. So we'll have to see. We can go Village Protectors plus Hera. Ooh, they got Sith Holocron, huh? Okay, Village Protectors it is, right? Just put up a Sentinel body so that they cannot punch through to kill Doom. Sith Holocron, they can deal 2 damage to their HK or even to their Darth Tyrannus. And then, oh my gosh, that's a twice the pride. Well, I mean, what do I even do with this, guys? I mean, they can attack the Village Protectors, but it doesn't even matter, right? Because, yeah, sure, I guess. Just play out, make them attack first, see what they want to do. And we have Sentinel. Yaddle can literally just straight up with Darth Tyrannus. So they played 2 things this turn, and we can literally just go ahead and knock out Tyrannus with the Yaddle. I suppose I could have just attacked. Yeah, I'm just gonna trade off. I'm just gonna trade off. That's totally fine with me. They're gonna attack Village Protectors. Sure, give an experience token. We will claim initiative, and then we can knock out Revan with our R2. Oh, that's like really sad, tragic actually. Like really tragic that R2 is just gonna come in and smack. I guess it's not gonna quite finish them off, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Poor Darth Revan is getting smacked in by an R2, huh? Attack Colossus, huh? Okay, let's just knock out Darth Revan. Again, we're playing the value game. We got a lot of restoring. There's no reason not to. Get the value rolling. They got a Darth Vader. Sure. We're going to deploy Rey. We've got Ezra. We can put constructed lightsaber on. Actually, yeah, let's put constructed lightsaber on Rey. Not even bother with the experience token, because I'm going to give it to Doom anyways. And then we can attack in for 3 and then pass. And I mean, look at that. How ridiculous is that? Like, they have a Darth Vader, but it's just a 7/7. This is gross. It is gross. It is gross. It is what it is. They can knock out Doom here, but then we can finish it off with multiple of our units, depending on what we want to choose to finish off that Darth Vader. Probably just the Rey, so we can preserve the rest of our units. And then we can drop in the Ki-Adi-Mundi. And then, you know, if they play anything else, we just get to draw a bunch of cards. Ki-Adi-Mundi, if they play cards, we get to draw some cards. Darth Vader, huh? Wouldn't have expected that to come down, but it happened. Let's go ahead and knock out the Darth Vader. And then we can go ahead and knock out. I mean, we could have finished the game realistically, but I'm having too much fun. I'm having too much fun. Let's go ahead and draw 2 cards. Let's go ahead and knock on Darth Malik's face. I'm just having too much fun, guys. I just want to hit their. I just want to hit their units. I don't even care. I don't even care. You know. It's so fun to just big. I mean, look at my units right now. This R2 has 4 experience on it. It is so crazy. This IG can't even finish off any unit. Oh my gosh, guys, this is hilarious. I could have just ended the game, but I don't even care because I just want to build the biggest board possible. I mean, look at this. Look at this. What even is this? It's so crazy. I love it. It's so fun. All right, we're running it back up against the Dooku Blue with one of the worst hands we possibly could have had. I just mulliganed as well, and we're left with this hand. So really, really atrocious actually. We had no turn 1 plays in the first hand and no turn 1 plays obviously in the second hand. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have the most atrocious hands you've ever seen in your life, and that's what happens. So let's go ahead and claim initiative. We'll see what they decide to do with Karis. They probably just exploit, kill my village protectors, and then play a 5-drop is what I'm guessing, right? Super laser technician, huh? Okay, yeah, reasonable, totally reasonable. Let's go ahead and smack into Karis. So now they won't be able to use the force token for a little bit of value, but they will be able to play potentially something massive this turn with exploiting their super laser tech. So got to be a little bit wary for that. We're going to go ahead and claim initiative. And we'll see what my opponent has to play afterwards. They're going to exploit something. Vulture Droid. Magna Guard. Nice. Love it. Let's go with Restored Arc as the resource here. Let's just go ahead and... Do I want to play Hondo? Or do I want to play Ki-Adi? Let's go ahead and attack in for 2. Let's just start off with the attack in for 2. Are they going to knock out Doom? I think they probably will try to attack Doom. They do have potential for Overwhelming Barrage, which is a little bit scary. But we're just going to play a Ki-Adi and see where life goes, right? That's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and claim initiative. We got nothing else to do, so they can free reign on whatever they want to do in this turn. Absolute free reign. Okay. Exploit. Oh, they just attacked Doom. Never mind. Ooh, Darth Sidious coming down. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice for them. Let's go ahead and probably resource this Ki-Adi. I mean, Darth Sidious got restored too. I think we're just going to work on killing off Darth Sidious. Okay, they're going to get the restore 2. Smack in for 6. That's a pretty hefty hit. Let's go with Hondo. Get a nice shielded unit out. And then we can play Yaddle or R2. Probably R2, to be honest. Let's go with R2. Forces with me. Looks like a pretty good card here. I think I'll just go ahead and keep that. That's a patrolling AAT. Let's go ahead and get an experience token to the R2. Okay, they're going to attack. Let's go ahead and claim initiative here. I mean, there's not really much else that we can do. We don't really have a great out here. Rivals Fall is pretty interesting. Concord Dawn, probably. Let's go Force is with me on Hondo. Attack in to knock out the patrolling AAT. And then we can go Experience Token on R2 to knock out Sidious. Trade there. Play Yaddle. They got OB. OB is pretty good. We can go Yaddle here. Put an Experience Token on Yaddle. Okay, they have Power of the Dark Side. Sure. I mean, that is just great for my opponent. Let's go ahead and attack in. Give an Experience Token to Ray. Pass. Hopefully they don't draw something along the lines of... I'm going to resource this Rivals Fall, actually, because Obi-Wan's going to be pretty good. Hopefully they don't draw the Overwhelming Barrage. I don't think we can really play around that. So... Ooh, let's go with Obi-Wan here. Put up a Sentinel blocker. I would like to use Rey to finish off Darth Sidious and then keep Hondo around if I could. So I'm going to go for the higher value play here. Attacking Colossus. I'm going to go ahead and trade off here, actually. Multiple Vulture Droids. They're going to take initiative. You're all clear, kid, and a Luke Skywalker. Those are some great draws. Absolutely fantastic draws. We're going to go Luke, finish off Vulture Droid here. And I mean, we're starting to restore. We're starting to restore, huh? Let's go ahead and knock out that Obi-Wan. Give some experience to Rey. Let's go ahead and give You're all clear, kid. Give another experience to Rey. Attack. Oh, let's go ahead and just attack base for 6. Another Luke, Queel, Village Protectors. I didn't want to lose my Rey here, so I went with this path. If they have a Rolling Barrage, we still have an answer. They can knock out Rey like that, but that's okay because we knock out Karis so that we don't get hit this turn. And then we can go Village Protectors plus Queel, or even Luke if they finish off something. Let's go with Queel first, so that we have the potential to play Luke, and then we can go Village Protectors and then pass. There's the Vigilance. There's a Covering the Wing. I think Covering the Wing is going to be pretty weak. I'd rather have more resources because we could draw some more cards with Queel. Invisible Hand here, huh? They get nothing. That is unfortunate for them. Let's go with an attack into Darth Tyrannus to just knock that guy out. They got another Darth Tyrannus. Sure. They get smack in. Let's go ahead and attack base. Discard a card. We get a Hera. Let's go ahead and I think what we want to do is actually Vigilance. We can defeat, heal 5, attack in, and then play Hera and then pump up Queel. Pass. There's a Doom. Okay. We got Luke plus Doom on this turn. I like the potential there. They try to take Devastating Gunship. Well, I mean, they took Devastating Gunship. So let's go ahead and attack in with Luke. Just get the healing going. Now, if they knock out Luke, we get to go ahead and finish off their Invisible Hand. Perfect. Let's go with our Luke. Finish off Invisible Hand. And I mean, we're sitting pretty now, guys. We're going to drop in this Doom, and it is going to be game over for our opponent. Not that it wasn't already game over. I mean, look at our restore. We're going to drop in Doom, and boom, suddenly everything has 1,000,000 experience tokens. This was a battle. It was a battle. They had a really early Darth Sidious, and this is a list. Count Dooku is another list that I was really, really excited for, mainly because, as they showed, you get so many when defeated things, but then you also get the new Separatists, like Darth Sidious and Darth Tyrannus. Both of those are fantastic. And then you get like all these random units that are really, really valuable. I like Invisible Hand. I think it's a solid card. I just don't know if you want to go with the Vulture Droid strategy. I think that might be the thing that is the difference maker. Because you have some awkward Separatists, like patrolling AAT is fine. Especially in this game, it was pretty okay actually. But you know, dropping in vulture droids after vulture droids, is that really the thing you want to be doing? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. We'll have to experiment a little bit with some Dooku builds in the future. All right, into our final match of today. We got a pretty good hand. You know, R2 experience, our Hera experience into Doom. I love it. We're going to resource these two fatties, Luke and the other big ol' high-costed unit. We got Darth Vader green on the opposing side of the battlefield, so I'm really curious as to what we are going to be seeing. Don't really care for covering the wing in this situation. There's an Ezra Bridger. I do like Ezra. I think there's a good chance that I'll want to play Ezra this turn instead of Hera. Let's see what my opponent's got, though. Okay. Phase 3 Dark Trooper. That changes things. I actually just want to kill off the Phase 3 Dark Trooper. That seems like a pretty reasonable play to make. And then we'll see what we got afterwards. They're going to claim initiative. We're going to knock at their door. We've got Queel. I'll keep that one, actually. Play a Hera. Pass Concord as the resource. I mean, this is like dream scenario. This is a great start. Unit on the board. Another unit on the board. Ready to deploy Doom. We got their whole board clear. They didn't ramp or anything like that. I mean, I don't even know how they can even compete in this situation. Like, what are they even going to do? Doom's going to start scaling the whole board out of control. We can go ahead and knock out pretty much anything that we want. We can just ignore the Death Star Stormtrooper here because R2 and the Hera is going to grow out of range of the Death Star Stormtrooper. So pretty amazing stuff here. They can have Overwhelming Barrage, which is something to think about. But if they do it on the Death Star Stormtrooper, then the Hera can knock it out. So they can't finish off Doom. Again, keeping Doom alive. We can refill the board with an Ezra and a Queel here. So even Overwhelming Barrage isn't enough to go ahead and knock out everything and put them on parity. They would need something way better. Absolutely way better. Yeah, I think we'll just knock out the Death Star Stormtrooper. I can attack it with Doom, but then if they Overwhelming Barrage and kill Doom, I'm a little bit sad. So, yep, let's go ahead and just knock out Salacious Crumb, put that on bottom. Again, keeping the board clear is really, really important here when they're playing a little bit more of a value-oriented deck. Overwhelming Barrage, okay, they're going to finish off Hera, sure. Overwhelming Barrage is scary, but we're out of kind of the real scary portion, which is they can knock out our Doom. And now, I mean, 2 more units, double experience token. Fellow Dragon in our hand. I do like that card. It's going to be pretty good up against the Darth Vader deck. I don't know what they can do here. We have Vigilance for a shield token on Doom. We have Fellow Dragon, knock out a big unit. We can deploy Rey and get an experience token on Doom. All of our units are growing. Queel can start drawing us extra cards. Ezra can start pumping up Doom even further. I mean, even OB isn't even close to enough. Not even close to enough. There comes the Pirate Battle Tank. Really, really sweet stuff. Not quite going to be good enough. Let's go ahead and give an experience token over to the Doom. And I think what we'll do is just experience Doom, attack into the Pirate Battle Tank, give a shield token, and defeat the tank. We will defeat Pirate Battle Tank, give a shield token to Doom, go on and attack, restore 1, draw a card, attack, give an experience token to Doom, attack, put Fellow Dragon on the bottom, play Rey, attack, pump up all of our units. I mean, what is even happening? What is even happening? What is this? Like, what am I even watching? Look at this. It is disgusting. I mean, look at this. It's insane. I mean, this R2 has so much experience. Here comes Darth Vader. Guess what? Darth Vader does nothing here. They just took 6 damage on their Darth Vader to knock out an R2-D2. Like, what even is this? It's insane. Let's go and attack, see what we draw. Concord Dawn, sure, doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's game over. We got Rivals Fall for Darth Vader. It is all over. It is over. We can knock out Darth Vader because we're just having some fun. We can just keep hitting things. It doesn't matter. The game is over. I mean, we could have just ended the game here, but it doesn't matter. I just want to see more experience. GG. I mean, what even is this? Against these more value-oriented... I mean, look at all this experience. This is almost exclusively Doom. It's exclusive. It's almost exclusively Doom. We have one experience on Ray for that she gave to herself, and I believe we put one experience on Queel from Ray. The 3 on Ezra, and the other 2 on Ray and Queel is just all Doom. Of course, Doom himself got experience from Ezra, and that's why there's such a powerful combo, because you can go Ezra into Doom, attack, pump up Doom so that he's a 3/8, which is even more obnoxious. That's really tough to kill. This has been an absolute blast. This is one of my favorite decks so far. It's just fun seeing all your units just massively grow out of control. All right, what do we learn with Ray? Guys, I mean, this was incredible. Double Blue Ray was incredible. When people have been playing Double Blue Ray for a while, it's definitely more of a controlling style of deck for the most part. This is more of a curve out deck. You don't want to be controlling all that much. You don't want to be spending your time playing Fall of the Dragons and Vigilances if you can. What you want to be doing is turn 1 play a unit, turn 2 play a unit, turn 3 play Doom. And with Ray's ability to give experience tokens to units, that helps a lot. It helps a lot to have them stay alive. That's the key. Cards like Yaddle, amazing addition in Ray. 2/4 with Restore 1, super solid stat line, allows it to survive. Ezra giving experience tokens to Doom, and even Hera. You could probably fit in like a Kanan in here instead of Hondo. I wanted to mess around with Hondo. I probably should have played Kanan because Ezra could put experience on him, but still solid nonetheless. Things like, you know, your R2, just massive 2/5 on turn 1. Queel drawing you a card every single turn when you're attacking with it. It's just all around fantastic for the deck. It is really solid. Again, Yaddle and Doom, amazing additions. Constructed Lightsaber did a few things here and there, but we haven't even seen the rest of the set, and I'm very curious to see if we're going to see more things that function with Ray. One of the things that they're leaning towards, and you'll notice this with the Vigilance cards because of the new Force base, is 4 toughness matters, because that Force base cares about 4 toughness, the new 25 HP rare base. So cards like Yaddle are more common where they're low power but high toughness, and that's ideal for Ray. One of the best things about this deck is of our turn 1 plays, a total of 11 of them have Restore. And then on top of that, we get Restore with Ray. So we have a little bit of Restore here and there throughout the game. We have Healing with Vigilance. And then we got Restore with Constructed Lightsaber. And then we have Restore 3 with Ray. And then we have Luke's. So even if someone goes all space, this little bit of restoring throughout the game, and of course when Ray comes down, this massive amount of Restore allows us to compete in the space without actually having us deploy a bunch of space units. In fact, I probably, if I could, omit Concord Dawn Interceptors and Restored Arc in favor for more ground units for us to be more consistent with Doom. So what do we learn? It's absolutely sweet. I have never seen a board grow that big, that quickly in Star Wars Unlimited. It felt like I was playing some sort of, go wide token strategy in Magic the Gathering, where all my tokens are growing every single turn. And I'll be honest, I haven't felt that excited to play a deck in a while. Like, I was excited to play Revan. This was more fun. And it's a double blue deck. Who would have thought? But it's not a control deck. It's all about just getting in for curving out and pumping up your units. And the fact that Doom pumps up Ray as well is even just that cherry on top. And Doom is a 2-powered unit, so you can even give experience token to him. It was just like, guys, you gotta play double blue Ray. You just have to. You gotta try it. It's just so fun. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all for the next one.